The Lakers have made a bold move that could redefine their championship aspirations this season. With a key player trading hands, questions arise about what this means for the balance of power in the league. Are the Lakers positioning themselves for a deep playoff run or just making a splash? Stay tuned as we dive into the implications of this trade and how it might impact our beloved team. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a like to stay updated on all things Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers made a significant move recently by trading D'Angelo Russell and 3 second-round picks to the Brooklyn Nets for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. This trade has sent ripples through the league, and as a passionate Lakers fan, I can't help but dissect what this means for our team and what it could potentially signal for the trade market moving forward. First off, let's talk about Dorian Finney-Smith. He's known as a quintessential 3-and-D wing, someone who can defend multiple positions and hit the three-pointer when it counts. The Lakers desperately needed to bolster their wing depth, and acquiring Finney-Smith could be a game-changer for our playoff aspirations. His versatility allows us to stretch the floor while also providing critical defensive support against some of the league's best scorers. This move feels like it could elevate our lineup significantly, especially with the way the playoffs tend to favor teams that can defend and shoot well. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. What does this trade mean for the Pelicans? They are sitting on a treasure trove of talent, with players like Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram, and CJ McCollum. It's clear that their roster could be up for grabs, and as much as I'd love to see the Lakers make a bold move to acquire one of those stars, the reality is a bit more complicated. The trade market this season is looking scarce for sellers, which means the Pelicans might not get the offers they're hoping for. We all know how talented Zion is when healthy. He's a generational player, and it's hard to imagine him not attracting serious interest. But the Pelicans' willingness to entertain trades for him, along with Ingram and McCollum, puts them in a precarious position. If they can't find the right deal, they may end up holding on to these players longer than they'd like, which could derail their plans for a rebuild or retool. When you look at the trade that just went down between the Lakers and Nets, it becomes evident that the buyer's market is tight. The Nets opted for the Lakers package instead of a first-round pick from the Grizzlies for Finney-Smith, signaling that even high-demand players are facing a challenging market. If the Pelicans have high hopes of landing a king's ransom for their stars, they might be in for a rude awakening. The disparity between talent and market value can be frustrating, especially when you're trying to build a competitive roster. As a Lakers fan, I can't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation about the implications of these trades. The Lakers are making moves to solidify their roster, but what does that mean for our rivals? If the Pelicans can't find suitable trades for their stars, they may end up keeping their core intact, which could be a problem for us in the Western Conference. We've seen how competitive the playoff picture can get, and adding another contender like New Orleans could complicate our path. So, what do you think? Was acquiring Finney-Smith the right decision for the Lakers? Are we finally on the right track to compete for another championship? I, honestly, am a bit torn. On one hand, I love adding depth and defensive prowess. On the other hand, I wonder if we should have considered a bigger splash in the trade market. I want to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the Pelicans situation? Are they in a bind, or can they still find a way to make a meaningful trade? The Los Angeles Lakers have made a significant move by bringing Dorian Finney-Smith to the team, enhancing our defensive versatility. This trade should help bolster the rotation as we push through the season. However, let's not forget the elephant in the room: Anthony Davis's request for more depth at the center position. This has been a point of concern for over a year now, and despite the arrival of Finney-Smith, the Lakers still need to address this critical gap. Davis has made it clear that he wants to play more at the 4, and that requires a reliable center to take the pressure off him in the paint. It's been 15 months since he first voiced this need, and the clock is ticking. While Finney-Smith's presence will definitely make things easier for Davis by improving our perimeter defense and allowing him to focus more on rim protection, it doesn't solve the fundamental issue of lacking a strong, physical presence down low. Currently, the Lakers sit at 18-13, 5th in the Western Conference, and we've been on a bit of a roll, winning 6 of our last 8 games. It's impressive to see multiple players stepping up to lead in scoring during this stretch. But the numbers tell a different story when it comes to our interior defense and rebounding. We rank 20th in offensive rebounds allowed and 21st in second chance points permitted. Those numbers are alarming, especially when you consider how crucial rebounding and paint defense are in playoff scenarios. Our recent playoff performances have been haunting, particularly against teams like the Denver Nuggets and their superstar, Nikola Jokic. It's no secret that we've struggled against dominant centers, and without a solid backup for Davis, we're at a significant disadvantage. Finney Smith will indeed help with dribble penetration, but we're still getting bullied inside, and that's a problem that can't be overlooked. As a passionate Lakers fan, I can't help but feel torn about our current situation. I appreciate the efforts made by Rob Pelinka to bring in Finney Smith, but is it enough? The Lakers need to find a way to bolster the center position before the trade deadline. The options may be limited after sending D'Angelo Russell, Maxwell Lewis, and 3 second-round picks to Brooklyn, but we can't afford to let this opportunity slip away. What does this mean for our playoff aspirations? It's hard to say. On one hand, we've shown that we can compete at a high level, but on the other hand, the lack of a reliable center could spell disaster when it counts the most. Lakers fans have seen this story play out too many times, and it's frustrating to watch. So, what do you think? Should the Lakers make another move to secure a solid center? Or do you believe that the current lineup, with the addition of Finney Smith, is enough to push us through the season? I'm genuinely divided on this. The trade was a step in the right direction, but it feels like we're still one piece away from being a true contender. I want to hear your thoughts. Are you optimistic about the direction the Lakers are headed? What are your expectations for the rest of the season? Let's talk about it in the comments below. Your insights and frustrations are what make this community so special. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow Lakers fans, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest updates. Make sure you turn on the notification bell to catch every bit of news as it happens. Let's keep the conversation going, and as always, go Lakers.